Hi friends, it's Laura. How are we all doing today? For today's video, I thought that we could go through one of my mending piles. I have many mending piles. I think if you're a vintage seller or probably even a secondhand seller, probably have a mending pile and it's possibly overwhelming. Um, I am taking a sewing class at my local library. It's an 8-week class, like 1 hour once a week for 8 weeks. And it's very remedial, but that's what I need. And so our instructor encouraged us to bring along projects that we're working on. So I wanted to sort through this today to see what I had that I felt was appropriate for my level of skill. I love quotes, I guess. Anyway, what was appropriate for my level of skill to be able to practice on. The class focuses on machine sewing, and last week we literally learned how to thread the machine and like wind a bobbin. Okay. But I knew how to do that part already. I do have to look it up on my sewing manual every single time I have to do it with my machine, but that's kind of where we're beginning. Okay. So I wanted to bring things that are very easy and kind of along those lines. What I'm hoping to gain from the class is just learning the different when you're sewing, you need different, like tension and stitch lengths and for different kinds of fabric, right? The way that you're going to sew denim is going to be very different from the way that you're going to sew like a stretchy t-shirt material or like a lingerie grade nylon or a cotton blouse. So I want to learn all of that kind of stuff. You'll kind of get an idea for some of the other skills I'm hoping to pick up on as we go through this. So one of the first things that I knew I was going to bring is this dress. It's just like a little 80s cotton kind of secretary style dress. It has a slit up the back. Yay. But the slit goes all the way up the back to your nether regions. So I need to fix it. So it's really easy because here's a slit. It just needs to get sewn down to like here or so. Um, and when you look at it, right? So that's what it should look like, that kind of when it's closed back up. So it's just these two pieces of fabric that are folded and pressed very neatly. I just have to do a long stitch along there. Very easy. I could do this at home. I just haven't. Um, so I thought, let me bring it to class. At least I'll get it done. So I've got that coming with me. Full disclosure, I did try to film this video once already and I fucked it up. So here we are again. I do have things kind of sorted. So if you see the same themes, like this needs a zipper, this needs a zipper, it's because I did this once already. I'm doing it again for you. Sorry. Anyway, next I have these shorts. I couldn't figure out why these were in here at first, right? They're 50s shorts. I know they're blue shorts. Are cute little high waisted. They have a metal zipper up the back, very adorable. And I thought that maybe they were in there because of this waistband thing that just needs tacking, which it does. But also, I just now finally found this little hole here. So I don't think it's a sewing class um, candidate because I think this is a rip in the fabric, not, yeah, like when you go into the seam here, you can see the fabric is actually torn. So I will repair that by hand and it's going to look a little bulky. These may be shorts that I keep, I don't know. Um, or they may be shorts that I sell. I have no idea yet. We'll see what happens. All right, next I have this slip. This is going to come with me to class. Weirdly, I have a lot of slips that might come with me to class. So I don't know. I don't know that I want to be the woman who shows up with a bunch of lingerie to her class, but we'll see what happens. This is all just a bunch of holes on along a seam. So see there, just that the thread holding it together has degraded apparently. Got that. I have another one of these slips. I love these. And the other one I have has an actual tear to the fabric, which is going to be a little more difficult to repair, but I am going to figure out how to do it. Does this one have a tear also? No, that's just some lint. I don't know what that is. Anyway, I'm going to bring this and just stitch up those holes. Now, here's one of the sort of blockages that I have for myself at home. This is going to need white thread. This is going to need black thread, which means that I have to change the thread and the bobbin. And when you're changing the bobbin, that sounds like it's not a big deal. If you don't sew, I'm going to explain this. If you sew, I'm sorry, this will be boring. A bobbin is a little plastic spool that goes like whatever. You have two lines of thread when you're sewing, one that comes from the top side, one that comes from the bottom side, and they connect, and that's how sewing happens. The bobbin provides like the underlayer thread. You want your top and bottom thread to match. Obviously, you don't want like green up here and red down here, usually. But so in order for that to happen, usually what you do is you have your spool of thread and then you wind a bobbin with matching thread. And then, so, you wind your bobbin with all the matching thread. Now, when you're doing white, cool. Maybe you just have like a lot of white things that you need to fix. But then let's say you're doing like green and you've wound a bobbin with green thread. Well, now you're done with that. And you still have this bobbin full of thread, but you don't have another green thing to fix yet. And when you do have a green thing, is it that shade of green? You know what I mean? So now you have like a million bobbins with thread. And do I have enough bobbins? And then even if I have all the bobbins, I have to change them out between projects. You know what I'm saying? It's hard enough for me to even decide to fix things ever, let alone a bunch of things at once, let alone a bunch of things that need the same color thread all at once. It's just a lot of organization for me. So I avoid things or I fix them one at a time, or maybe I fix them with thread that's like not quite right. But one black, one white so far. I'll bring them to class. I'll at least get one fixed. We'll see what happens. This is another slip that I think also just needs a little seam repair. I can't remember if I dyed this one myself or if I got it dyed. Oh, it needs the lace repaired down here. Where'd it go? There. And I think that is, yeah, that is like a popped seam. The thread degraded. It's not a tear. So that's nice. But again, like this is a stretchy nylon. Now, I don't think this will be super complicated. This lace doesn't stretch. You don't need there to be stretch at the bottom. So this is going to be pretty straightforward. Obviously, this is purple. I will probably just do this with black thread because I'm not that precious about it. It's mine. It's not getting sold for resale or anything. This is another piece that's mine that I love, and I've had it for ages. I got this in a thrift store somewhere. This really only needs a repair at the zipper, and it's got a metal side zipper. This was probably a dress at one point, and somebody chopped it into a blouse, but I love it. The zipper is just coming apart from it. I tried repairing it by hand at one point and it didn't look good. It was very like bunched up. So I may bring this. I don't know what kind of skill is involved in fixing a zipper. So I don't know if I'll bring it today. I will at the very least ask the instructor and say, look, I've got, some zippers to repair. This is pretty straightforward because it is just, you can see you're just running a line down this way. The problem with zippers is that this metal part can be bulky underneath the foot of the sewing machine, the thing that holds the fabric down. So you need a special foot to do this. That feels very complicated to me. I've been told that it's not, but it's a new thing. So I don't know. This is pretty straightforward, but sometimes you have zippers that are much more kind of encased. Is this one? Yeah. So like here's a zipper, this one's fine, but you can see how it's finished off a lot more, right? It's not just a matter of like running a stitch down here. It's actually sewn, into, oh my God, poor zipper, right? So like, actually, I don't know, but yeah, I'm making a liar out of myself, maybe. Oh no, up top. Okay, that's what it is. So like here, it's just kind of straight. The zipper, this fabric here is part of the zipper, and it's just sewn to the dress itself. But up here, you can see that it's got this kind of sewn over. So sometimes zippers are a little more hidden. They've got more going on. That's not what I'm going to be bringing to class at this point, at least. So let's see. Next, I have another nightgown. I don't think I'm going to bring this to class, but I wanted to show it to you. It's gorgeous. This is a 1940s nightgown. I love this. This was a personal item of mine. I actually think I got this from somebody I used to work with. She brought it in and gave it to me because she had it. Some relative gave it to her. She's like, I love it. It's beautiful, but I don't know what to do with it. Do you want it? And I was like, yes. So, anyway, but it's got this. That's not a machine repair. I will do some sort of hand repair on that, but it's just going to be functional. You can see that obviously the fabric is compromised there. So when you fix something like this, you have to get the stitch far enough over, I mean, not all the way over here, but like far enough beyond where this fabric is compromised so that it doesn't just rip right through it again. And that'll be hard for me because I may need to do more of a patch repair on this. I The last time I tried to wear this, it was like fit beautifully, but like getting it over my shoulders was like a little bit of a, and so if I try and just repair that, it'll just rip again when I try to put it back on. Um, so that might be a patch kind of repair. We'll see. That's not coming with me today. Let's go on. This is another zipper piece. This is so cool. Look at this thing. Love this. Right? And let's see what kind of zipper this needs. So this is another, should be pretty easy, just a nylon zipper sewn in, right? Um, I have a bunch of nylon zippers and I do try, or I don't want to say I do try, I've never tried to repair a zipper. I would like to put in sort of period appropriate zippers when I'm able to. I have a bunch of nylon zippers, so with those it shouldn't be a problem, but like 50s metal zippers, I definitely want to try and keep it 50s, but also that means I have to like source some zippers. I can try and find them on Etsy or whatever. Here's another shirt. This is inside out, but I'll show you inside out first. So it's another zipper. And you can see again, we're just sewing that zipper on there. This is the tag, which is clearly needs a little bit of reattaching as well, but it's cute. Um, and on here too, one of the things that's important is you want to make sure you get the right length zipper, of course. And I could, if I only had a short zipper, I could shorten this length up. This is like a super stretchy top, and that's not going to be a big deal. But if your zipper is too long, you're going to have this like long dangling piece of annoying stuff down in here. I don't know that you can cut a zipper short very effectively because at the bottom of most zippers, no, this I can't tell. There's usually like a little stopper kind of guy down there. So this has something stiff, but it, I don't know. And I don't know if you can just stitch something in place to act as a stopper, if that's like sufficient or not. I don't have enough experience with that. But anyway, so something like this, I think this is going to be good types of pieces for me to learn, to start learning zipper replacement on, because you're just stitching it onto fabric. So there's the shirt itself. Very cute. Let's see. This is a two-piece set. This is really fun. So here's the pants. This is like an 80s pajama set, right? And these are silk. There's a little hole there. That's not fun. But I think the pants overall were pretty okay. They have like elastic at the back that's kind of a little bit shot, but I think that they still could fit somebody without a problem. Like it, instead of being a small, it just might be a medium, and that's not a big deal. That's the pants. The problem is the shirt. I totally just didn't see this when I bought it, which is ridiculous. When you see it, you're going to be like, Laura. I know. So, green silk blouse shirt kind of thing. Cool. I'll show you this problem because it's, look at this. Not one, but two. What the fuck happened and how did I not see it? Anyway, so what I thought with this is that I could just crop the shirt, and so then it would be a really cute like cropped boxy silk blouse with the silk pajama pants. I thought that would be really cute. So I'm going to bring that and see if we can fix that. That'll be fun. Next is this. This is a two-piece. Rizzo, why are you knocking everything down, man? This is, the zipper on this is fine. It's the sleeve that needs help. So this is the good sleeve, right? That's what it should look like. This is what it currently looks like. So I don't know what happened there. If it just like unfurled. This is going to require a couple things. See, like here, I can't tell if that's cut. If somebody, I mean, it kind of looks cut to me, right? Um, yeah, like I don't know. So assuming that it's not cut, what I would have to do is this, it looks like the bottom seam here, that needs to be sewn back up, just that part. That's fine. But then there's this binding fabric here. So you have to press this down, like press like with an iron, so that it stays flat, and then you add a new binding on. I don't, this is not going to be a today kind of class. Like I think that you purchase binding, right? But I don't know. So this will be a potentially a candidate for sewing class, but I don't know, because it's a skill that I would like to learn. That'd be cool. I think it's pretty straightforward as far as like sewing it on the machine, but it's all the other construction components of it that I don't know that I understand. So maybe we'll put that in a maybe pile. This is probably not sewing class. So this is just a cotton day dress, 50s or 60s maybe. It's super faded, but it's still cute, right? Um, it has one little popped seam, which is no big deal, right? I can fix that by hand, easy peasy. But it also had this rip to the underarm, right? And you can see it's like stressed at the seam there and then also torn. So this, I could do one of two things. I could try to patch it, so come from behind with a piece of fabric to stabilize it and then, sew that in place, or try to like, you know, take this hole and close it up, just like, throw a stitch across here. But the problem is that's going to be a little bulky. It is the underarm, so it's not that big a deal. I may try and do that. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to bring this to class, but we'll see. This is another zipper one. This is so freaking cute. I love this thing. I've had this, most of these things that need zippers, especially if they look like this, I've had them since like 2020. I got a giant lot of clothing, and many of them needed zippers. So let's see. This one is also, I believe, a zipper. Yeah, this one needs a zipper. This is a really cute tunic. This also came from that same lot of clothing that I bought. So it's got that fun little sort of asymmetric, sort of like Asian cheongsam looking neckline, but that's all just decorative. But it's a cute little tunic style top. It just has a very long zipper at the back that needs to be replaced. The zipper is here, but the pull is like off track, and those are very difficult. The inside looks like that on the neckline, but that's inside the neckline, and I feel like that's like, who fucking cares, really? Actually, that looks like sticker residue. I think that this had like a cardboard thing stuck to it to give stiffness to the neck. That was kind of a thing back in the day. You could get these like cardboard inserts for your collars, and it had an adhesive on it. I don't know if this has a tag. I'm trying to see. Yeah, so this just needs a new zipper. All right, zipper. Zipper pile. What am I doing? Am I confusing my piles? I am confusing them. There we go, zippers. Okay, next, this blouse is a pretty good contender for sewing class as well. I apologize. I think I'm getting a cold. I feel very like congesty. Like, I hope I can fend it off, but we'll see. Um, this is the tag, very cute. You can see this adorable little, like little tiny street lights and stuff. So cute. So this is the way the sleeve should look. Rizzo just caused some sort of problem. You okay, business? This is what the other sleeve looks like, though. So obviously, we've got a problem. What I want to do with this is I'm just going to crop the sleeves and make them shorter, because this is, you can't fix that. That's shredded. But I thought it would be super easy to just make the sleeve shorter, especially since there's no cuff or anything, So that's going to come with me to class. Next, I have this Ed Hardy tank top. I know it's just an Ed Hardy tank top, right? You're like, what, these are marked as one size. When I got this was too big for me a little bit. I like them very fitted, but it wasn't really. And so my intention was to maybe try and just sew it a little bit smaller. I actually don't know that I need to do, I'm going to try it on again before I do that, because I think I've gained a little weight since the last time I tried this on. So I'll see how that works. See if I can just wear it as is. If not, I'll bring it and try and just make it a little bit smaller for myself. I think that'll be fun. You're okay? You survived whatever you got into over there. Okay. Next, I have these pretty little silk pajama pants. These are like a 50s era, high-waisted. They have a metal side zipper, but the zipper needs to be replaced because, once again, see, it's all like out of whack here. Okay. But also these had some discoloration on them. So I got these from some sort of massive haul of like somebody's attic or something like that. You can see it's got a stain there, and I think it's got some down here and stuff. So what I was going to do is dye these some different color since I couldn't get the staining out. They have been soaked and everything, but also the zipper needs to be fixed. This one, how complicated is this zipper? It does have a little. So this one is a zipper that is a little bit more complicated again. Um, like this side, pretty straightforward, right? Except for up at the top there, but that's okay. But this side is a little bit more, right? So that's the inside. So then, you've got this like, that's the zipper side is encased in there. So that's something that's a little bit more complicated. I will put that into my needs zipper repair pile, but I think first I need to learn just how to do a zipper. And then that's kind of a later because you got to open stuff up, fix the zipper, and then reclose that seam around it. So let me see. I'm going to sip a little more coffee here. Probably coffee is probably great for sinusy stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Next, I've got this dress. This is cute. Not sewing class contender, I don't think. Does the zipper work? Some of these older nylon zippers, man, they're rough. Very cute little mini dress. Very mini. When I got this, it needed soaking. It had buttons down the front. I believe I removed the buttons. I can't remember if I soaked the buttons, if I soaked it with the buttons on and then had to remove the buttons because they were stained, or if I took the buttons off first so they wouldn't rust. I don't remember. It's been a very long time. The buttons were covered with this blue fabric, but they were all like watermarky looking. So I think what I'm going to do is just try and put different buttons on it. I feel like maybe I have them somewhere, but I don't honestly know. This is a cute little Jonathan Logan dress. So it needs the buttons replaced. And then this little here, which I will just do by hand, just kind of stitch that kind of back into place a little bit. Not a big deal. It's ridiculous that I have had this sitting this long. It just needs fucking buttons and a couple of stitches thrown in there. It's still going to stay in this pile because what I like to do is when I'm going through stuff like this, I'm like, oh, I can fix this easy peasy. Let me pull it to the side and I'll fix it, right? And then I do that. You know how many times in my past I've done that? I have an entire Ford Mountain ready to like collapse in an avalanche of stuff like that. Okay. So many things that like, oh, I'll just, and I won't. I mean, someday I will, but I don't need to be pulling them all out. That's the thing. This cutie patootie just needs a zipper. Zipper pile. This, so cute. I love these things. Also just needs a zipper. These are so fun. They're like these stretchy double knit polyester. They've got these great prints on them. I sell these really well, especially in my whatnot shows. Oh, we got a little seam pop over here too. So, I definitely want to get zippers replaced on these because they're fun. I enjoy them and I sell them well in whatnot, especially. I've got a bunch up on like Depop. I feel like Etsy too, and they're not selling as quickly. And by not quickly, I mean I've had them there for years, but they do go quick in my whatnot show. So this needs this repair at the bottom of the zipper. I don't know if it needs anything else. Okay, that zipper's okay. So this I probably should pull out. Do you need anything beyond the zipper being, because that I'll just do by hand. And I will put it in my whatnot show for this week because that would just be nice. It'd be a fun piece to have in there. Yeah, I think we'll try and do that. This one's got some like horrible pilling down here. What I'm going to use on that is I have my sweater stone. It's basically like a pumice stone. Sometimes it doesn't always work with this stretchy kind of fabric because it pulls that rather than gets it off, but we'll see what happens. I'll be super gentle. But one way or another, I'll try and clean that up a little bit. But all right, let's see. So this is a two-piece set that I can't remember where I got. Maybe I got it in a whatnot show or I thrifted it. I don't know. Here's the tag. And very pretty blouse, right? It's got that like Diane Freese kind of look to it a little bit, a little reminiscent of it, kind of baby doll style blouse, cute sleeves, adorable. The blouse is fine. The skirt, Here's a skirt, sheer, gorgeous. It's got these ties for the waist. It's got an elastic waist, but the elastic feels kind of stretched out. I do think this is just a channel set though, meaning that like this is just a long tube that you thread the elastic through. And that I can do pretty easily. The issue that I have with this is that I don't have elastic that's this thin. I have like super skinny elastic, which would just hurt. Or I have really wide elastic that I'd have to like cut to be able to fit through here. So that's what this issue is. This is another thing. I feel like, oh, you should just pull it aside and do it. And like, yeah, but again, Horde Mountain. You know what I'm saying? Fine, pull it aside. I don't know if I'll do it. We'll see. All right, this, why is this here? I think this needs stain repair or something. Yeah, so this has like a rust stain at the top, but doesn't need any sewing. This is all sorts of stains. I'm pretty sure, maybe I didn't. Let's see. I'm trying to see if it needs any sewing repair. I think it just needs stain treatment, really. Most of this stuff in this particular bag needs some sort of sewing repair. I'm just going to leave this for now. I'm not going to worry about it. I have a whole bunch of stuff that also needs like other kinds of stain treatment and everything. All right. This little set, two-piece set that I got on Poshmark, I got it with something else. I got it really pretty inexpensively, both from the same seller. There was no disclosure about the elastic being shot, but I know that that's an issue with these pieces, and it was so cheap. So I kind of was expecting that it might be shot. So this is the blouse, right? It's very pretty. It looks, again, looks Diane Freesy. It's not, it's mosaic. But the blouse is pretty good. I mean, there's elastic here that probably could be replaced, but that's not a big deal. But do I have an elastic pile? No, not yet. I think I'm getting into that now. Because remember, I tried to do this video once already. This is the skirt. The elastic at the waist is shot on this. So I knew I was taking that chance. I was hoping that wasn't going to be the case, but it is. So now this could fit onto somebody who's like a little bit larger. However, then you have to deal with like, is the blouse the right size for what the waist of this person would be? If this, to repair this, this is a skill set I'm hoping to be able to pick up. So the way that this is done, those are all very skinny strips of elastic. And I believe that this gets done with elastic thread. You can do it on a sewing machine. So you get, I assume there's a special needle that has to be just big enough for elastic thread is pretty thick compared to regular thread. So you have to use elastic thread, but then also, and I don't know if there's like a special knowledge involved in just, elastic thread, but also you have to, and actually I feel like I saw a video that they used the elastic on the bobbin part, not the other, which I guess makes sense. So the elastic thread has to be on the bobbin. You have to wind the bobbin loosely enough. And then the other thread is like regular thread. Anyway, you also have to be able to have this fabric, it's going to be like taut. You're going to have to pull the elastic taut enough so that when you release it and the elastic contracts again, it like has the right amount of, ruching or whatever. And you have to keep that consistent for the entire length of the thing that you're sewing. Now, there is a way to do it. But it's a skill that you have to practice. And then I have to do it 5 different times for this skirt. So will it be worth the amount of time I have to put into doing this for the resale value of this? Maybe not. It might not be, but it's a thing I want to practice. Now, the alternative that I could do with this is simply maybe remove all that, fold this down like this. So I would remove all these elastic threads, fold it down like this, and then use a channel set elastic. It'd be a little bit less cute, but it would be functional and easier. So that's a possibility. Next, I have these pants. These need elastic. They're very cute. The elastic at the waist is totally shot. And here, the elastic was sewn to the fabric. So again, you're talking about holding the fabric and the elastic at the right tension so that when it retracts again, it's the smaller size that you want. I don't know how to do that. So, and again, this is an option where I could remove this elastic, sew this down into a channel and thread some elastic through there. Either way, I have to do it. I haven't, so there it is. All right, these pants, these are very cute. These are vintage corduroy. Let me see, Sears Junior Bazaar, very cute little tag. And they've got like a nice little wider leg. I love it. I don't have a lot of space here to show you. You know, very cute little pants. They need a fucking zipper. And I'm so mad about it because like I feel like this is going to be difficult to do. Maybe I'm incorrect, but whatever. I mean, it's going to be a little bit difficult because like, all right, so here's the inside part, you know, so where's this? Yeah, so like this side of the zipper is encased again in this fabric here. This side is just sewn flat, but even if that wasn't encased, then you get to the top and you have to like get it all. So I feel like these are really cool pants. Like I feel like they're kind of worth it, but it's a lot of work and I don't know how to do that and we'll see. All right, zipper. Adorable little two-piece set, but definitely needs elastic. Now there's a pair of shorts and those are pretty easy, right? Again, uh, clearly they need elastic. These are not channel set, but they could be. I could open this up, pull the elastic out, sew it back together, and thread some elastic through there, and that solves the problem with the shorts. Okay, but the shirt, what the? I think I got this in a lot of something. Like, again, the stuff that I get in lots, sometimes I am hand picking it, but like I'm going to an estate sale or a warehouse or something, and and it's like stuff that's like super cheap, right? All of these things that need zippers, all these things, I paid like, I got like 4 giant IKEA bags full of these things for like $200. So, and it's an overwhelming number of things. I mean, it was hundreds of pieces. So you're not examining all of the aspects of each one. Like I'm looking at them, but I'm like, oh yeah, look at this and throwing it in the thing. You know, it's very quick. Um, so that's where I get some of this stuff from. Like I wouldn't get this from a thrift store. I would leave this behind because like, is it cute? Yes. Do I have any capability to deal with this? No. Look how big this is. It's not supposed to be this big. It's all because the elastic is all shot. So the waist has that shirred elastic, those elastic threads. I don't even know what's supposed to be happening up at the neckline here. It doesn't seem like there was elastic in there. It doesn't seem like there was a drawstring in there. I have no idea what was going on. Maybe in here, maybe this is elastic. And so that was like a ruffled neckline kind of thing. I suppose that's possible. And also there's a little hole there, but that's whatever. But this would be really cute if all the elastic was in place. And then the sleeves have elastic. So that's a lot of elastic that needs replacing in that shirt. Again, maybe not worth the effort for like the return on investment dollar wise, but a good piece to learn on. I can't really ruin it much because it's kind of fucked as it is. So this is another one that needs some fucking elastic. This is really cute, but this should be, I don't know, I'm saying should be easy. So this is all just like a nightie. It's very pretty. I like it. Vintage movie star. But this whole thing here is elastic. It's not a channel set. It is sewn in and it's totally stretched out. Well, not totally, because obviously there's some stretch here, but it's like, it's mark size medium. It's just too wide. It'll slip right off the shoulders too easily. So it does need to be, the elastic needs to be fixed. Forgot about that. Okay. We did that one. Why I've got, oh, I have a whole bunch of tuxedo shirts in here. My boyfriend was a stand-up comedian for 25 years and he has like a lot of stage clothes that he obviously doesn't use anymore. This one is just kind of a white shirt, but it's got these cute little hat buttons on it. A lot of these just need some stain treatment. They have like yellowed underarms, but they were fun. This one is cute, but is probably too yellowed overall. But dye it another color, that'd be adorable. Let's see. We'll run through these tuxedo shirts. Tuxedo shirt. Orange tuxedo shirt. I like that one. Yup. Another tuxedo shirt. That kind of guy. Maybe not worth dealing with, you know. Okay. Um, tuxedo shirt. Another tuxedo shirt. This one's brown. That's cute. Okay. This robe I love. This is by Loungies. The tag is very light. It's hard to read, but it's cute. Loungies. I love Loungies. And this, I think this needs a zipper something. This, I had to soak this when I first got it. It's a long quilted robe. I like it because it's basically cotton, or it feels like cotton. It's very soft and not sweaty feeling. Like it's not that nasty polyester shit. So I did soak it, but the zipper is all still intact, but it's so hard to use. It could just need a little like greasing up, sort of. It's easy to fix, not fixed. Like if you have an older metal zipper, you can rub a little pencil lead graphite on it, or you can use oil, but you have to make sure that when you put oil on it, you're using such a tiny amount because you don't want it to bleed into the fabric. But you can get those zippers moving a little bit. There we go. This one is just super stiff, and nylon zippers are so weird. Like, I don't know. I feel like, all right, maybe this is fine. Was that just the zipper issue? I don't know why I have this in here. I can't imagine that it was just the zipper, but I don't remember why else I have this in this repair bag. I got the zipper closed. Maybe I'll try and I'll pull it out. Maybe I'll put it in my whatnot shell. I love this. I think it's so cute. Forgot about my coffee again, but let's take a little sippy sip. Mm. I got one of those things that you can sit your coffee cup on to keep it warm, and it's nice. Love it. All right. This is a little pair of pants that need some elastic. So just pajama pants, like no big deal. Little cute little lace hem, but they need elastic at the waist. Now, again, this might be too much work for what I will be able to sell it for, but also it's good practice. So we'll see. Now, I have a lot of good practice pieces. It's possible that I'll like learn how to do it, practice on two pieces, and go like, oh, okay, I got this now. Yeah, it is too much work, and I don't want to bother doing these pants. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm also really kind of coming more around to wanting to preserve things. I mean, like, so like these, I don't necessarily want to preserve them because of their vintage. They're cool. I like them. But this is not like a 1930s piece, This is like a 70s or 80s pretty basic pajama pant, We're not talking anything historic here. Is it cute? Yes. But I more want to, you know, sort of work against fast fashion, preserve vintage pieces. If it's like, I don't do upcycling and stuff because, again, I'm just learning how to sew, and maybe I'll get into doing some of that. There's definitely like some projects that I want to do that are more maker oriented and not just repair oriented, but I don't have the skill set yet. So, do I want to like hold on to entire totes full of stuff like this for that type of purpose? Not necessarily, but I already have it. We'll see. Whatever. Sometimes over the years, I've gotten rid of stuff like this a lot. Sometimes I'm like, you have too much stuff. We're never going to get around to all of this. So we need to pare some of it down, and that happens a lot. So, and it may happen more in the future. These will not ever be part of that. These are adorable little like Edwardian pantaloon kind of pants. These are here because they got torn. Now, this is all not sewing class related because this is going to be done by hand. Um, this is an actual tear, okay? You can see there the lace is torn away, but because it's along that seam, I'll be able to do a hand repair. It'll be like not the prettiest necessarily. It'll be a little bit chunky for what we're dealing with here, right? And then that. But because it's along that seam, it won't be super visible. And these are absolutely worth trying to repair. So these are not coming to class with me, but those are a great piece that definitely need to be saved. I have another pair of those that are my own personal ones. I think they're so cute. I don't really wear them because I haven't figured out how to wear them in an outfit sense. I did follow an Instagram account that styled them once as an outfit, and I love the way she did it. It was so cute. I just haven't worked up the nerve to kind of follow suit or be inspired by that yet and wear them in public, but they're really cute. When you wear them, you get like it's got like this poofy looking butt kind of thing. It's just a very look at me kind of outfit, and I don't know. All right, this is a vintage half slip that I love. It could stand some new elastic, but it's fine. It's okay. But mostly, like, here's a slit at the side that's probably a little too high. So that needs, well, maybe it's not too high. I guess that's where it was. But also, some of the lace here needs to be fixed. I can't remember if there's more. I have this pinned, so I I don't know if it was just that one tiny little spot or not, but I don't know. Anyway, there's that. I'm probably not bringing this to class at the moment because I want to spend more time figuring out what it is. And I've got 8 weeks worth of class. Like I can always go back through this stuff again and figure it out, you know? All right, this has been in here. So this is not really vintage. I mean, maybe it's Y2K, but I don't even know if it is. It's True Religion, but it's this denim jacket with this great like sun pattern on the back. And I can't remember if I bought this for the purpose of resale or not. It's got a $25 price tag on it. I know that I at I don't remember if I paid 25. I might have. I remember that I paid too much for it, and um, but even at 50% off, like that's whatever. But I feel like on the back there was like it kind of was like dyed, or I feel like there was like a pink tinged something going on, which I don't really see right now because of course I don't. I mean, I see a little, like I see this, but it was more widespread than that. Um, but what I wanted to do with this, originally I think I got it just to resell, but then when I realized like it had whatever the issue was, I thought it would be really cool to get fabric paint and so sort of paint like the bottom part of the sun like yellow, but all of the rays, at least these lighter colored ones, do them in like different sort of pastel rainbow colors, and like a you know lavender, blue, pink kind of, right? I thought that would be really cool. I just haven't bought the fabric paint, researched what's the best. I don't want it to be like a stiff fabric paint, but also I don't know, so this has been sitting for a very long time. Do we have a date on this tag? No, that's probably better. I probably don't want to know. So let's see. Then I have this shirt. I think this just needs stain repair of some sort. This is an 80s little pink and gray. It's cute, right? But I can't remember why I have this in here. I don't see any holes or anything. I feel like it's got to be a stain, but this I'm not in great light right now to pick up on stains. Um, but I think that's what it is. I'll show you the tag though, just for funsies. How cute is that? So I don't know what's wrong with this. We're gonna toss it aside for now because it's not coming to sewing class. All right, this is really cute, but you're like, what? No, it looks like a cleaning rag, Laura. I know, but I think I got this out of an attic where people were doing like a lot of the owner of the house did like a lot of made her own clothes and stuff. And yes, this is like a great big whatever. But I thought it would be really cute if I added some elastic in here, again, in my version, channel set, because that's what I can do, and then put some new straps on, and it would be just like a really adorable, very lightweight, bohemian kind of like hippie, grungy top. Obviously, like this hem is all jagged and everything. I just thought it would be cute. So, I don't know. Not coming to class though. This is so pretty. I love this blouse. This is very wrinkled. I've had this for so long. I mean, I've probably had this at least 8 years, maybe longer. Hold on one second. I'm trying to snap it. Why do you not want to snap? What is wrong? Hmm. Oh my, that's weird. Okay. Snap head. Sorry, you don't need to listen to me figure out how to fix things. Does this side not have a snap? Is that the issue? Hmm. Yeah, okay. Hold on. So this needs a couple things. First of all, here's the top. Really cute little cropped silk thing, fitted. Got this adorable little bow on the front. So it buttons up the back. So cute. It's got these little covered buttons, but it's missing a button. So that's issue number one is I'm not going to replace, I would either have to replace all the buttons or move the bottom button because one of the buttons that's missing is in the middle. So I'd have to move this bottom button up or the top button down and replace those with something like decorative and cute. Or like you can find you can there are like kits to do covered buttons in, but that means I'd have to like scrounge fabric from inside to make the button. And also the shank, the back of the button that you attach is also kind of like fabric. It's not just the metal piece, it's like covered. So it's just a lot to go through to make a button to match. And again, we're not talking about like this is not like vintage Chanel. This is just a cute top. So I'd probably just move a button up or down and then replace the missing button. But also there's at the very bottom, there's like a little hook and eye closure and a snap, and the snap part, like this, both sides of the snap are over here. So I have to put the one back where it needs to go. Anyway, so there's that. It's a lot, but it's very cute and I love it. And I should just deal with it because I love this blouse. I've had it for so long. I wanted it to be mine at a certain point, um, but I don't think I would fit into it anymore. So, all right. Then I have this swimsuit. This, I don't know what to do with this, man. It's cute, but um, the elastic along the U back here is shot, and also like this needs to be sewn down. So the elastic being shot is not the worst in the world because it wasn't providing a whole lot of fit to begin with. It just, little elastic. This is the bigger issue. These things, these really structured cups that would give you that kind of bullet bra kind of look back in the day, whatever they use to make them degrades over time and becomes super hard and then just crumbles and turns to dust. So essentially, these cups just have to be removed altogether. And, like I could, here's the thing, like you remove them, but they're like attached. So to some degree, you can just kind of cut it out, but then, I just haven't fucked with it yet. This also came in a giant lot of stuff from some estate sale where I got things super cheap. And a lot of times I'm just not looking those things over really well. All right, let's see. This is adorable. This is a cute little blouse with these tiny little kittens all over it. I love this. When I got this, this was made for a kid, as you can imagine. But when I got this, it did fit me. This part probably still would fit me. There's a pair of matching shorts which also fit me at the time, but like I had to work really hard to get them over my hips, and then once they were on, it was fine. But they're not going to fit me now. This just needs to be reattached there, so it's a little bit silly. Like I should just reattach it. I should probably just reattach it and then sell this and the shorts as a set because they're so freaking cute. I don't see myself getting back down to a size where these would fit me. And even when they did, I just didn't really wear them. But so that's that. That's cute. All right. This is adorable. This is not a sewing class project, but it's really cute. So it's just a little tunic top, right? And the only problem with this, it's just like annoying, but whatever. I think it's got two problems. Here's the Eileen. So obviously at some point it had a drawstring thing through the center here. I'm sure that it was some sort of fabric that kind of matched. It does not have the drawstring in the back. It was just in the front. It's obviously missing. So it needs that. But also these little grommet guys, somebody repaired one, like messy and janky, but whatever. You thread a thing through there and it's a little less noticeable. But this one also now needs repair. And so I probably will just try and do the same thing that they did back here and then find something that I can thread through there. I have a bunch of stuff, I'll find it. This also came from like a giant sale back in 2020, and I just haven't dealt with it. And part of it is because I put all these things away because I have so much overwhelm with my inventory. I'm like, I'll deal with it later, and then I forget that it exists, and then I get more stuff that I need to deal with, So, but I do try to like go through these things, and again, sometimes I do sort of like pare some of these down, like this. This is a cute little maternity top, right? I think this needs stain treatment of some kind. I can't remember. Cute collar. I don't think it needs any sewing repair though, but I think it does need, I don't know, soaking or something. But this is really, it's really cute. And if I remember correctly, I think that, maternity wear is actually a decent search term on Etsy. So, it's a good opportunity for that. It depends on what's needed. Like, I'm not super invested in this top. I would, part of me is like, oh, let's just donate it, but I'll see. There's the tag. Yeah, and I can see that there's like some yellowing on the collar here at the very least. Anyway, put that off. Not a sewing class project. All right, this shirt, I don't think I found what was wrong with this. This is just an Avon. It's cute. The top itself is fine. It was probably a pajama top. Not super, very wrinkled. I know, I'm sorry. When I got it because the sleeves have this fun little like ruched detail down the center, but I can't, oh, Jesus. I was gonna say, I can't remember what's wrong with it. Now I can. I might just donate this. It's not gonna be, it's got these holes here, right? It's not like, I just don't feel like it's gonna be worth stitching them up. They're not gonna look super clean and neat. Um, Especially to like take the time to stitch those clothes and everything and then list it on whatnot. Like, I just don't see me doing it. I'm going to donate this. Um, you know, so, and I recognize that donating may just be me giving somebody else something to throw away. But here's the way I look at it. There's a lot of things that somebody else might look at as damage, like the shirt, for example. Let me show you the shirt, which I love. This is so fucking cool. Like, look at that dagger collar. Look at this print. Amazing, right? Great shirt. Where's the tag? Let's see. Awesome. The problem with this shirt is that down here at the bottom, this is the bottom buttonhole, and it's clearly been torn, like so that, you know, torn, and then this is all like, it's a mess, right? And it needs to be fixed. Somebody might look at that and go, yeah, nobody's going to want to deal with this. This is garbage, blah, 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 blah. Look at this ugly shirt. People, and I'm like, holy shit, are you kidding me? What are you throwing that away for? Right. I literally once found 1940s nightgowns in a dumpster. Like, people throw away things that I think are, it's like a travesty to throw that thing away. So something like that, I look at and I'm like, that's not worth my time. I'm not going to do anything, yada, yada. But maybe somebody else would think, wow, that's really cool. And I'm not going to be the one to like deny that opportunity, but I'm also not going to be one to hunt for that person. Like, I've got overwhelm as it is. I can't save every single piece. And so, all right, no, not my last. This is my second to last though. This is really cute. This is a 50s dress. This is so ridiculous that I have this sitting here still. So I got this from a giant house full of stuff. Like, I basically got an entire house collection of clothing. So I got this. It's a very pretty 50s dress. It has a side metal zipper. When I got it, it was stained or stinky or something. I can't remember. It needed to be soaked, and I soaked it, and everything went pretty well, but I did get some rust on the buttons. I am not very good with like, taking off buttons and all that kind of stuff beforehand. So I do have a rust remover product that I need to use. What my plan was to now take off the buttons so that I could de-rust them and then sew them back on. And you can see like here, there's rust on the actual dress. So I'll try and stain treat that part with the rust remover product. The rust remover is pretty caustic. It works fairly quickly, but I don't know if it would end up eating through fabric at some point. Like, there's all sorts of warnings, like don't touch this with your bare skin and all that kind of stuff. So I want to be careful with it. And it's just, it's just a bit of a project to like remove all these buttons and everything and deal with that and then put them all back on. It's annoying, but I will do that at some point. This is an adorable dress. I did already take photos of it, thank goodness, because I was very skinny at the time and not now. So at least I have modeled photos of it that I've had on my phone for God knows how long. Anyway, all right. And the last item that I have is also not a sewing class contender, but it's really pretty and it's stupid that I've had it as long as I have. So this is, where's the top of it? This is a 1920s opera coat, velvet opera coat. So it's gorgeous, but it is like a little not perfect, but it's gorgeous. So look at those sleeves, man. Right? Absolutely beautiful sleeves. Like all this little stitchy detail and everything. Now, the it had a tag in it. I still have the tag. You could see where the tag was, but like obviously there's like a lot of degradation inside. I wanted to sew the tag back on. It's got this tear here that I will mend. It's not going to be pretty, but like, I'll kind of stitch it up just to not be a tear. And then it does have some little like mothy holes and stuff. Um, yeah, like there's a section here, got some moth holes. I don't know if you can see. I feel like you can. Yeah. So they're not super visible like when you're not holding it up to the light, but still. But overall, the fabric feels pretty firm. Like, so I want to sew the label back in and then repair that sleeve so that I can probably sell it. Like, would I love to keep this and just like exist in it? Yes. Am I going to ever wear it? Probably not. So that is one of my little mending um, piles, mending piles. Primarily stuff that does need sewing, but I do have a lot of stuff that needs also like actual washing, soaking, stuff like that. Hmm, but I'm making sort of the first step to be able to do that with my little sewing class. So I'm going to go and try and get ready for that. So all the stuff that I bring to sewing class, I don't expect to repair all of it today. I'll bring several pieces, some of which I think I will be able to work on today, some of which I will be bringing to say like, okay, this is a thing that I would eventually like to work on. Is that realistic within the time frame of this class? Um, it's a pretty low key class. There's like 5 people in it, and they seem to have different levels of experience. So even though we learned like this is how you thread a machine last week, it's also pretty loose. Like she's like, yeah, bring stuff you want to work on. We'll fix it. Um, and so we'll see what happens. And I think that like, even though it's like sewing machine for like adult beginners. The next time they have the class, I could probably sign up again if it's not full. I don't want to take opportunities away from other people, but and like continue to learn more and work on more stuff. So it seems like pretty low key and flexible that way. So that's exciting. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. And I at least got to show you some fun clothing. I know that those are always like sort of more popular videos where I'm like showing you stuff. So I felt like I could find something to bring to class and show you some stuff and make a video that I could publish today. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. If you don't already subscribe and you're not annoyed by hearing me prattle on for 2 hours about bullshit, subscribe. And I will see you again soon.